Well, hello folks, it's the Rocky Mountain Crafter here with you. I'm so glad you could join me today. I am making a fall card with some beautiful fall colors. I've cut some strips of paper here and I'm just embossing images from the Fall Calls for Lattes set by Catherine Pooler. And I'm using Versamark embossing ink, and then I'm using some embossing powder that has a pearlescent to it. So it's a pearlescent white. So I just continue on doing my strips here with the Versamark and my images. And then once I have them all done and set aside with the embossing powder on them, then I go and I run my heat tool over all of them at the same time, back to back, I guess, so that I just wanted to get that embossing powder on them first so that the embossing ink wouldn't dry. So I made sure I did that first. And then you can see it changing color there. And like I said, it has this beautiful pearlescent white color to it. It's just gorgeous. And just running, I like that tile I have down there. That just prevents heat from ruining my table or anything around. Then I'm swinking. Swinking is a term that's exclusive to Catherine Pooler inks. It's swiping ink, but you could do it with any ink pad. So I'm swiping in different colors here. I have Cargo, Orange Peel, Spiced, and Merlot, all by Catherine Pooler. And I'm just deciding what color for what thing, like red for apples, orange for pumpkins. That's all. Then I take this paper towel and I'm wiping the ink that's sitting on top of that embossing, the embossed areas. It just sits on top because it's kind of plasticky, so it sits on top, and just wiping it off makes them shine real bright. They come out beautiful, nice and vibrant. These are beautiful fall saturated colors. Then I'm taking my Sizzix Sidekick and the yellow tack tape, and I reuse these yellow tack tapes. That's why they're sitting on top of my Sizzix Sidekick. 2 pieces like that, you could cut. I cut out all of these dies, like, I don't know, 15, 20 images, dies with just those 2 pieces. Like, you can reuse it over and over. So here's the images I'm using on my card. I did cut out more than that though. And this is white cardstock by Catherine Pooler, 8.5 by 11. And I'm cutting my card panel down here, and I'm cutting it to 3 3/4 by 5 because I'm going to have a border of patterned paper around it afterwards. And here I'm just laying out a layout that I think that I want, but in the end I changed my mind. But here, let's just, for kicks and giggles, take a look at what I got going on here. Here's the Harvest Festival 6x6 patterned paper. And I'm just going through all of the patterns and trying to decide what I might like for this particular card. But like I said, I changed the layout in the end. I had 4 favorites, so here I've got my 4 favorites picked out, and I'm just going through them again just to make sure. And in the end, it's the green is the winner. That has some of that cargo green color in it. So I cut it down to standard card size, which is 5.25 by 4.25. And then I am just laying out my card here, still with the old layout on it. I haven't quite decided yet what I want to do. So here I'm just starting over again and coming up with a different layout. And then this is when, to me, this card really starts to come alive, because I gravitate more to not symmetrical cards than I do to symmetrical ones. And that's exactly what this is not symmetrical in the end. And so I'm using the sentiment "fall is in the air," and I'm making the leaves look like they are falling. And this is a precision press by We Are Memory Keepers. Anyone that knows me knows I love my We Are Memory Keepers tools. And I'm just putting it into that stamping press, and I am putting ink on there and just putting it, that sentiment "fall is in the air," right down there on that card front. Then I'm just, on some of these leaves, I pop some of them up, and on some of them I leave them flat. So this card in the end does have some 3D or some dimension to it. It's not just a boring flat card. You could do a flat card if that's what you like. Different strokes for different folks. That's the beauty of card making, is that it's a creative process of whatever you want to do. Some of you may gravitate more towards that wreath design also, and that's perfectly fine. Here I am just using my ATG gun to put glue onto the back of this panel and gluing it down to this leafy cargo green card base. Then I'm taking some Mazatlan sequins from the Mazatlan Sequin mix by Catherine Pooler, and I am just putting some sequins in between the leaves to kind of make it look like wind, is kind of what the effect I'm going for, and I'm just gluing those down in place once I've decided on their placement. And yeah, this card came together rather quickly, and the pearlescent effects of the embossing powder is just absolutely beautiful. I thank you guys so much for watching me today. I am the Rocky Mountain Crafter. I will post links to all of the products used in today's video at the end of the video. You can find me at therockymountaincrafter.com, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Thank you so much. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.